This is The Top, where I interview entrepreneurs who are number one or number two in their industry in terms of revenue or customer base. You'll learn how much revenue they're making, what their marketing funnel looks like, and how many customers they have.
I'm now at $20,000 per talk.
5 and 6 million.
He is hell-bent on global domination.
We just broke our 100,000 units sold mark.
And I'm your host, Nathan Latka.
Many of you who I've met in person have seen my unbelievable dashboards that I built. You know, I'm an analytics-like crazy person. I love the data, and I love presenting the data in beautiful dashboards that my team can use on their mobile devices, their phones, and TVs throughout the office. Now, the way I do this without having to hire a big development team is at nathanlatka.com/analytics. It's using a company called Clipfolio, and I'll tell you more later on in the show how I use them. It's nathanlatka.com/analytics. All right, guys, I talked about this earlier, but I schedule like so many meetings it would blow your mind. I mean, all my podcast interviews, right? Hundreds of entrepreneurs I talk to monthly, I schedule. And you know what? I do it so efficiently. I get them all to agree to my calendar. So all the calls are back to back to back. That means I'm not switching in between tasks all day long. I get them to batch so that I can be very efficient. It's so critical. And I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling to do this at nathanlatka.com/schedule. It eliminates the back and forth between me and people I'm trying to meet with. It makes it very simple. And most importantly, they help me keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders. Helps you look very professional. So go to nathanlatka.com/schedule to sign up, and you get a great deal. You know, you guys know this. I hit people hard. I make great deals. And Gavin, the CEO, has given us a great deal. If you sign up like normal people, okay, on their website, you only get a 14-day free trial. If you use my link, nathanlatka.com/schedule, you get 45 days free. Okay, it's the best. It's free. Go to nathanlatka.com/schedule right now to sign up, and I'll see you there. This is episode 656. Coming up tomorrow morning, I ask a very simple question. Is OnFleet the new king of the delivery economy? They've passed 300 customers, each paying $500 per month. The CEO joins me live. Good morning, everybody. Our guest this morning is Peter Kortenhoven. He's a creative person with a great deal of experience within the gaming industry. He started after graduation of the Academy of Arts as an animator at Coded Illusions and became lead animator at Triumph Studios shortly afterwards. One of his key successes has been the successful Overlord series. As lead artist, he worked on many different yet unreleased games. From the need to gain more business experience and to get better known to didactics, he decided to start focusing on applied games. He became art director at Bright Alley and later on at Orange, and we'll talk more about that as well. During his period within the serious gaming industry, Peter kept on working on smaller game projects in his spare time. One of those projects, Willow, happened to start up, which resulted in setting up his first company, Willow VR Studios. That's virtual reality studios. Currently, the studio works on multiple titles and is growing rapidly. Peter, are you ready to take us to the top?
Okay, we are.
All right, that's quite an intro. So anything that I missed you want to add in, or are we good?
I think you're pretty well.
Okay, good. So tell us, Willow, you're in the VR, virtual reality kind of space. How does this ecosystem work? Are you developing games and launching them in a VR marketplace somewhere, or how's it work?
Yeah, well, to start off, we work on two flavors of games. First of all is non-violent dreamscapes. And we call them dreamscapes. It's like a meditative world in which you take place, which is completely filled with liveliness. And it's like a fairy tale world in which you can help and assist little girls and little boys to figure out the secrets of the entire universe. And besides that, we work on active full body VR games, which stimulates players to move actively within the game and therefore stimulate the health of its players. So we focus on having this positive vibe, whether it's like a meditative situation or having people being engaged into a situation that they have to participate within the game with their full body.
Can you name a few of these games? Have you released any of that yet?
No, we're currently working on 4 titles at the same time. And the first one will be released within June. And that's going to be called Drako.
Going to be called what?
Drako.
Drako.
We Yeah. It's one of the Dreamscapes games which we developed.
So it's a Dreamscape game, and if for someone listening right now, if they want to look out for this, how will they be able to play it? Like, will it be on Samsung Gear or Oculus or Ideal Lens or what?
It's we already have like a playable demo which isn't released yet, but which will be released probably throughout this year for HTC and Oculus. Which is Willow, and as a spin-off, we decided to work on mobile VR devices and the same universe, but instead of playing with this little girl, you're playing with this boy, which will be released in June. And eventually, our goal is to have multiplayer experiences as well, so we can connect those sets and have people play along together.
Yeah, you guys have won though. Like back in November, you guys won. I think you won the prestigious Bright Best VR Game of 2016, but you haven't released things. I'm confused.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, based on a demo which we sent over, we received the award for best Dutch VR game.
Was that a demo for Drako?
No, it's the demo of Willow. As you probably hear, all our actors within this universe, or our main characters, end up with O. So Drako, Willow, Octo, and we managed to do it with that particular game.
Okay, so you, Peter, you haven't released any games yet. Someone might be listening right now, going, "Wait, how is he paying salaries if they haven't generated revenue from games yet? How are you managing expenses? How do you generate revenue?"
Yeah, as each startup probably does, it will cost you a lot of money to start with, of course. So we had a seed founder, which is called Lumo Labs, and Lumo Labs allowed us to continue developing the game, because it started out as a pet project, and then later on with some friends it became a table kitchen project. Later on I met the guys of Manus VR, which is a company who develops VR gloves, which enables you to see your hands within virtual reality. They wanted to see your hands moving around with a proper demo, and I had this concept which I wanted to have hands. So eventually that turned out to be a demo which we showcased at the GDC, and from that moment we founded the company, and Lumo came by. They already assisted me a lot. They gave me some seed money.
So how much have you raised, Peter?
We're currently at half a million.
Okay, so you raised. And what year did you launch this company in?
Previous year at March.
Okay, so you launched in March 2016.
Yeah.
And you.
Within the beginning of this month. Yeah.
Let me just summarize that real quick. So you launched in March 2016. You've raised $500,000, and how many people do you have full time working on these games?
We're currently having a staff of approximately 12 people.
12 people. Okay. So you're just, again, you're paying salaries and rent and everything else just based off the $500K you've raised.
Yeah.
And so what, again, this is such a new space. What does your gut tell you the business model is here to get sustainable? Are you going to charge for these games, or is it in-app upgrades, or what?
We're going to charge for these games. We want to create high-end content. We start with mobile because personally I think there is a lack on high quality content for that.
For what?
And to continue for mobile VR.
Got it.
I think the quality can be much better.
Well, and Peter, some people might not know what mobile VR means. I mean, should they think like Google Cardboard and stick your phone in? I mean, is that what they should be thinking?
Well, think of the Samsung S series combined with the Gear VR, which is a device in which you can click your mobile phone and you can play the game, but also for Pixel combined with Google. Those kind of, so you have to have a proper phone and a proper headset in order to play our games.
Got it.
Our first game.
And how many people in the world actually have the hardware to be able to play your games?
Well, there aren't exact numbers, but let's say that the Gear VR already goes beyond 5 million.
Okay.
5 million users.
And as you're getting close to launch date for some of these games, it sounds like Drako will be first. How do you come up with the price point?
It's a balance. We are in straight contact with the hardware developers as well. So it's approximately, the first game will be like 1 hour long, and then within the range of about $4.99.
Okay, and what do you mean 1 hour long? So is this something that, like, if you beat all the levels and you do it back to back, it'll take about an hour to beat?
Yeah, it will be like a story in which you will be break, or a story of 1 hour long, more or less, probably a bit longer. And you can replay it, of course, but like each story, the first time would be the best experience.
Yep. Very cool. And then in terms of you scaling Willow as a business, is the model sell more of the same game, or is it keep pumping out brand new games? How do you scale?
Well, we tried to create those dreamscape games in a virtual universe, which is developed in a way that each game title has its own recognizable identity and atmosphere. So the game can have multiple characters. They can show up in all places in all those games. So we create a universe in which we want to add up extra games later on.
This reminds me of almost like a concept like Neopets. Do you remember Neopets?
Yeah, I remember it far away.
It's basically where there's like there are individual games, but the characters transcend the game into kind of a community, almost a virtual world.
Yeah, that's the exact point we try to aim for.
Like I told you guys at the top of this episode, I have amazing data, and you guys know from my interview style, I love data. But what I love more than data is making it actionable via beautiful dashboards that I can view on my phone, on my TVs in my living room, or even on my laptop as I'm traveling. And the company that I use to create these dashboards, which pulls in data from my Libsyn backend, my Google Analytics backend, Salesforce, and other data sources, is called Clipfolio. You can see an example executive dashboard, or my social media command center, or my web metrics dashboard at nathanlatka.com/analytics. That's nathanlatka.com/analytics. And you can try it there for free for 3 months. Okay, it's Clipfolio. You can try it free for 3 months. Everybody else has to pay. So you get it free for 3 months. Alan's a good friend. He's the CEO of the company. He came on the show. I said, I love your product. Can I feature it? So nathanlatka.com/analytics. Go check it out now. Guys, I get asked all the time, Nathan, you host all these interviews, hundreds of them per month. How do you do them efficiently? And guys, the answer is simple. People always agree to my calendar, back-to-back meetings. I batch my interviews to stay very efficient. And the way that I do it is I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling at nathanlatka.com/schedule. And the reason I use them is very simple. They keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders about when the interview or the meeting is coming up. And also, they make it very easy to schedule time, right? I don't have to go back and forth via email 10,000 times with people I'm trying to meet with. Okay, at nathanlatka.com/schedule. It helps me so much. And by the way, look, I have so many meetings. I'm the best at meetings. Okay, I do them back-to-back, very, very efficient. You guys know me. Many people say I'm the most efficient they've ever seen. Okay, so I use the tool. It's so efficient. And by the way, I got Gavin. I said, Gavin, he's the CEO. I said, I want a great deal for my people. He said, Nathan, well, most people get a 14-day trial. Isn't that great? I said, no. He's given us a 45-day free trial at nathanlatka.com/schedule. That's not going to stay up forever, so go get it now. nathanlatka.com/schedule. Very cool. Peter, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Whew, that's a difficult one. I don't have any business books. I only have concept books and all those kind of things.
What are you reading right now?
I'm currently reading the history of Walt Disney.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Nope.
No one in the VR space?
No. It's best practices and working quite hard, and that's why Lumo helps me out a lot. And they give me the CEO, which enables me to be completely free as an artist.
Number 3, is there a favorite online tool you have, like Acuity scheduling?
Trello is pretty easy to use, very fast for small scrum moments.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
You already hear me like 6 or probably 5.
Okay. And what's your situation? Married, single? Do you have kids?
Married and 2 young children who wake me up each night.
and how old are you?
I'm 35.
35. So last question. Take us back 15 years, Peter. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Take it easy and make sure you focus on the right things.
Stop, guys. There you have it. Take it easy. Make sure you focus on the right things from Peter. He's got an abundance of experience in gaming, all culminating into, in March 2016 last year, launching Willow. They've got $500,000 raised, which he's using that money to develop 4 initial games with his team of 12. Again, they've got Drako releasing soon. Their demos for many of these games have already won major awards. Again, he's now thinking about pricing and how to launch these in partnership with many of the headset and hardware partners. Peter, thank you so much for taking us to the top.
All right, thanks a lot.
If you enjoyed Peter today, go back and listen to David yesterday, who runs Expensify.com. They have 450,000 paying customers, each paying $9 per month. And my question was, David, are you going to beat Intuit at its own game? It would mean the world to me if you guys got any value from this episode, if you would go leave a review on iTunes right now and then subscribe. You know, I hustle like heck to get these episodes out every freaking day for you guys. And trust me, I love it. I would do it with no listeners. But boy, oh boy, it makes my day and it makes my team's day when we see great reviews and get your feedback. So thanks so much. Okay, Top Tribe, I love giving away free money. I feel like Oprah giving away cars, and I have something special for you today. How many of you have heard our super sharp guests talk about success they've had with Facebook and Google Ads? Well, all of you listening right now, yes, if you're listening, you get $100 in free AdWords. Here's how you get it, okay? Again, thanks for listening. Get the free $100 from Google right when you sign up with my website host provider, HostGator. Go sign up now to get your free money. HostGator.com/Nathan. Again, that's HostGator.com/Nathan.